Hey right guys, Truth Much is Joe here, and today we're going to be doing a character tier list, this time for sex education. I've just done like ranking my favourite Netflix shows, I did 30 overall, and then I'm jumping straight into doing the sex education character tier list. This is including seasons 1 and 2, as if you've seen my channel you know I've reacted to both seasons and I adored season 2. Season 2 was insane, I said in the Netflix video as well, but it just surprised me by how good it was, because season 1 was like an 8 out of 10 for me. I enjoyed it. The characters were really good, and then season 2 just upped everything, and I gave season 2 a 9 out of 10 in total. So yeah, I literally finished it I think 2 days ago, and we're going to do the character tier list. So thank you for the Discord for sending me this one, because I haven't made this one, but it had all the characters in anyway, so it makes sense to do it. And yeah, let me know your kind of favourite characters down below in the comments, and keep in mind as well, this is like my personal opinion. Obviously your guys is not going to be exactly the same as mine, and I'm going to rate it mostly based on personal likability, but also if they're like a well-written character. So if they're like, you know, if I hate them but they're really well written, then maybe they'll bump up a little bit, but this is mainly just going to be on likability, because saying that, pretty much all the characters in sex education are very well written. So I'm probably just going to base it on likability, to be fair. But yeah, let's do this. Okay, so we've got best of the best, amazing, good, meh, and piss off, because I didn't want to put awful, because like I said, there are no awful characters in sex education. They're all very well written, but I'll just put piss off if like I don't really like them. So yeah, these are like the main cast. It's not every single character in sex education, but it is the main lot of them. So let's do this. Start off with Adam. Season 1 we were obviously a bit unsure on Adam. We were like, I don't know about this guy, but there was something there that I was just kind of holding on to. And then season 2, they made him amazing for sure. One of my favourite characters, and spoilers for season 1 and 2, by the way, of course. So make sure you watch both of those before watching this. But his romance with Eric, and especially like the ending of season 2, hinting at their romance in season 3, I'm here for it. So Adam's an amazing character. I really like what they did with him in season 2. The only reason I won't say best of the best is because I don't feel like he, apart from Eric, I don't think he did much in season 2. It's just kind of him like looking after the shop. I think they could have done a bit more with maybe his personal story, but they did a lot of that in season 1, so I'm not too mad about it. We're going to save Amy. I forgot this guy's name. Fuck, what's his name? Yeah, he was okay. He's not had too much, to be fair. He's had a couple of scenes, then he had an episode in season 2. I think it was episode 6, where like the sex education thing that they teased at the start of the episode was actually about him. I'd say he's nah. He's okay. Like, he's alright. I wouldn't say he's up there. I don't, when I think of sex education, I don't really think of his character. But there's potential there. We'll have to wait and see. She's obviously the woman who works in the caravan. Again, a bit meh for me, just below him. She's fine. She's nice. She's nice to Maeve, but character-wise, doesn't really stand out to me. Jean, we'll just get a best of the best in there. I love Jean. I know she's not everyone's kind of up. A lot of people probably won't put her in the top tier, but for me, I've always loved her since season 1. I just find her adorable. I find her like a wholesome mum, and I like that she's flawed as well. And like her kind of relationship with Otis is very tricky at times, but I just think she's kind of wholesome, so she can go there. Eric, I kind of want to save the big characters till the end and get all the like kind of side characters out of the way. Jakob, he's good. I definitely preferred him in season 1. Season 2, he didn't annoy me, but I just didn't feel the relationship with him and Jean as much as I kind of shipped them in season 1. But I did like some of the moments between him and Jean still, and even some of the moments between him and Otis towards the end, especially in the finale of season 2. This guy, yeah, he's a funny actor. He's a good actor. I've seen him in a couple of things, but in this show, just kind of, I don't hate him. He's not in like the piss off pile, but he's just kind of like meh for me. Don't really remember him. This guy's a piss off. Yo, he's... the principal, what's his name, Mr. Frog or something, I don't know, but he's Groff, that's it, not Frog, so it was kind of close. Yeah, he had a lot to do in season 2, and again, he is a well-written character, and he does, you know, progress characters like Adam, for example, as well. So character-wise, he's good, but likability-wise, he's just a bit of a twat, so he can go down there. That's a music teacher. I'd probably put him above those two, but not as good as him in the Met pile. He had quite a bit in season 2, to be fair. Like, he had a lot more with his romance with one of the other teachers who's here. But again, character-wise, I don't find him super funny. He's not like one of the funniest characters on there or anything, but he's okay. He's not the worst teacher at the school. Again, she's a bit of a meh for me. I'm getting all like the kind of metish kind of characters out of the way. I'd probably say she's the... To be fair, I think she had more to do in season 1. Like, here she had a couple of scenes and a couple of lines. But if I'm being honest, there are way better characters in the show, so I wouldn't really put her in the good pile. Again, she's not really one that stands out when I think of the show. He's a tricky one, because again, he is wholesome. He's definitely nice. I just didn't vibe with him and Eric as much as I thought I was going to, because in episodes 1 and 2 I was like, oh, okay, they're on the wheels together, this is going to be sick. But then as the season went on, I was just like, Eric and Adam all the way. So if they keep him in season 3 as a character, I'm curious if they'll like give him his own story or what they'll really do with him. But from what I had seen, I'd say he's good. Below Jakob, but he's good. I thought there would be more between him and Eric. Like, I thought I'd ship them a lot more, but I just kind of didn't. I think that's Otis's dad. I would say piss off in the bottom, but he had a very good scene with Otis in the finale of season 2. And I'd say he's more interesting than those two characters, so I would put him there. He's very close to piss off if it wasn't for that kind of last scene in episode 8. And there are moments where you can see he's obviously struggling, so character-wise, again, I think he is very good. Ruby, and I've posted my reaction to episode 7 of Sex Education, and I'm surprised by how many people are also on the boat with me of shipping Otis and Ruby. Again, I said this in the finale, I think, but Maeve and Otis are a couple that I want to see happen, but I'm not entirely sold on those two as a couple. Where Otis and Ruby had chemistry. I'm not gonna lie, Otis and Ruby had something, and I hope Sex Education kind of adds more to those two together in season 3, and don't just kind of pretend that's something that happened and Ruby's just a side character again. So Ruby to me went from a character who was meh to good, at the top of good, in the space of in an episode, basically. Episode 7, I think I want to say it was. Fingers crossed. Give Ruby more screen time. I might even go amazing, to be fair. She was so good in that episode, but I'm thinking more like with her chemistry with Otis. So Ruby, Otis aside, Ruby is a good character. Up her at the top of good. And she has the potential, honestly, to be way up there. She has that potential with me. Bev/Viv. Someone pointed this out in a comment as well, but it's very... With any TV show, when you bring a new character like that and they have such amount of screen time and you bring them into a new season when they weren't part of the original cast, it's very risky. It can be risky. But I really liked her. Her kind of friendship with Jackson, I'm glad they kept it as a friendship, because there was a bit that I think it was in the finale where I thought they might kiss or something, and I was like, I just kind of liked them as friends. It's nice to have that friendship. I really liked her, so I'm going to put her, honestly, all the way up there. I didn't agree with one of the things she did, which was call Jackson out to her parents, and like I said in that reaction, I do think he needed to get help for sure, but it just kind of like Jackson told her and then she went straight to the parents instantly without really telling him. But that aside, I think she's a very, very good character. Hope to see more of her in season 3. Forgot his name, but Maeve's brother. I think he's a better character than these two, but likability-wise, I'm going to put him there just because he sacked off Maeve. Actually, I'm going to put him here. These two bore me. These two really don't interest me at all. I'm kind of feeling pissed off with these two. Not her. She can stay up there. He's kind of boring, though. We're going to put him down there. He can go at the bottom of Maeve because he did have some personality, but her mum is definitely a piss off. She's down there. Like, the scene in episode 8 with her kind of broke my heart a little bit because Maeve just deserves better. But alas, she's kind of gone. If anyone leaves Maeve again, I'm going to be mad. Jackson's mum number 1. I prefer this mum over this mum by far. She's good. She's a kind of wholesome mother. We're going to put her there, just under Jakob. But the other mum, she did have a... She would be pissed off, but she had it again, kind of like Otis's dad. She had a moment with Jackson in the... I think it was the finale. So I'm going to put her... It might have been episode 7, but... we'll go there. Again, I don't like some of the stuff she says to Jackson, and this whole swimming thing was very much so, as she even said, her dream, not his. But once Jackson kind of spoke to her about it, I felt like she was a bit more open with things. So she took it a lot better than I thought she was going to. So that's the one reason she's not in the piss off pile. I like her. I hope we get more of her. We've kind of had one scene with her in season 1, then one scene with her in season 2. Likeability, like I said, I think some of the... Well, a lot of these characters are better than her character-wise, but, you know, as I said, likeability-wise, I'm going to put her here. Actually above him. She's just cool. I like her. Hopefully she gets more scenes, because she only had one in season 2, which is a bit of a shame, but actually I'm going to put her there. She's really cool. Adam's mom, I forgot the name of her. She was a character like meh for me in season 1. She was a nice mom to Adam, but she didn't really do much. Then season 2, boom, she just upped it. She was sick. I loved her. I loved the friendship with Jean. So I'm going to put her above Jakob, honestly. I think Jakob was better in season 1, but she was better in season 2. So just under Ruby. She's in the good pile. Wholesome, forgot his name, but wholesome. Kind of how he was with Amy towards the end. I like him. So again, I say he needs a bit more screen time, but does he? Probably not. I just kind of like him as he is, and I like his relationship with Amy. So I'm going to put him in the good pile. He's above her because he's had a lot more screen time than her. I'm going to say above Jakob. Not as good as Adam's mum though. Actually, Jakob in season 1. I have to keep that in mind. Both seasons. We'll put him here. And then the final kind of side character, the teacher, I really like her. She's cool. I like her kind of hyping Maeve up all the time, and kind of her relationship with Maeve and the students as well. Not her relationship with that teacher. Didn't care too much about that, but that was funny. So I'm going to put her in the good pile. Probably... Definitely better than her, definitely better than him, better than Jakob, better than Adam's mum, but not as good as Ruby for me. I have a thing for Ruby and Otis. I'm just saying, Ruby seems really cool. So my fingers are crossed for Ruby in season 3. Right, let's start off with this twat, and then we'll get to the mains. This guy's a piss off. He's at the bottom, and I haven't uploaded the finale of episode 8 yet, but I'm sure there'll be some people who said, "Oh, I'm happy Isaac did what he did because they don't ship Maeve and Otis." It's not so much that he stopped the Maeve and Otis boat rowing. It's the fact that he went through Maeve's phone and took that choice away from her. And some people have been pointing out he's very manipulative and kind of pushing her away from Otis without her really wanting that to happen. And it might be for the best for Maeve, but that's up to her. That's up to her to decide. I don't know why I couldn't get that sentence out, but that's, you know, her choice, and he's kind of manipulating the whole situation. So doing the reactions, watching season 2, I knew there was something about him that I didn't like, and I was just kind of waiting for it, because I said I was on the fence with him and Maeve's mum, and both of them let me down. Both of them let me down instantly, so he's honestly below him. I'm off with Isaac, I just know. Absolutely not. Lily. I love Lily, obviously. She's great. I don't know. I'm debating top of good or bottom of a... No, she's amazing. She's amazing. Let's go... Not as good as Adam, but better than Bev. Because she was really good in season 1 as well. Obviously, her friendship with Otis was a bit more wholesome in season 1. I don't know if wholesome's the right word, but worked a lot more in season 1 than season 2, because they didn't have many scenes together. But she obviously had a lot of scenes with Ola. And Ola's a character for me in season 1. She was honestly meh for a while. Then she got good. By the end of season 2, I'd probably say she's at the top of good. Has the potential to be amazing for sure, but judging on season 1 as well, I really did not care for Ola. And even the first couple of eps of season 2. But once she started to have that kind of romance with Lily, to me she became a bit more interesting, and like she was being herself, because the only scenes we'd really get with Ola before that was her with Otis, and every time they spoke or did something, I was like, I don't ship these two, and this is cringe. But once they kind of got out of that relationship, I liked Ola a lot more. So potential to be in the amazing. but top of good for now. Right, the mains. Jesus, let's do Jackson. He's between amazing and best of the best for me. Best of the best. He's just a boss. Not as good as Gene for me personally, but I know technically he probably is. But yeah, his whole storyline in season 2 worked really well. I like that it just gave him his own personal storyline. It wasn't to do with romance or anything like that. It was just him working on himself, having that friendship with Bev, which I mentioned, and actually working on opening up to his parents a bit. So all that stuff worked very well with Jackson. Again, hopefully he can stay on top in season 3. Amy, best of the best. You know I love Amy if you've seen the reactions. She's just wholesome. I loved her story in season 2. It was very sad, but I really enjoyed her story, and the whole bit where they were on the back of the bus at the end. You could tell she was kind of struggling episodes before that and not really telling anyone, and then as soon as she did, it was kind of like her story peaked in episode 7. It was so good. It was like that kind of progression, and then episode 7 it really paid off with that. So had some satisfying moments with her telling the friends, and then on the bus, and then the baseball bat scene as well. So Amy, but even season 1, if you're just going from season 1, I always thought she was a wholesome character. So she's, well, I'll say where she ranks, but she's definitely up there and will remain at the top. Hopefully up for every season, however many seasons they plan on doing. Just keep giving her more of a story because she deserves it. Eric, best of the best, obviously. Better than Jackson. Better than Gene, yeah, definitely. I love Gene, but Eric's there for me. Again, I love what they did with him and Adam in this season. And we didn't see his dad, which I thought was weird because him and his dad's relationship was quite a big thing in season 1. And then I didn't really realise until after I'd finished episode 8 that we didn't see anything with him and his dad in season 2. I just thought that was worth mentioning. I'm not too fussed, like it wasn't the priority storyline for me with Eric. But yeah, I love his friendship with Otis. Like I said in the directions, I like how open they are with each other. Otis, though, is a tricky one. Like, I do think he's a good main character, for sure. The acting from everyone's incredible, but Otis is obviously very good as well. But he let me down in some eps, and I said this in the reaction as well. I like that he kind of had those moments where he pissed me off, and I'm sure pissed many viewers off as well, because the moments where he apologised to everyone and opened up about himself a bit more, it made those moments more satisfying because he'd obviously pissed everyone off. If he didn't, then those moments wouldn't have really meant anything. So Otis, character-wise, is best of the best, but likability factor into it, I'm gonna go good, which might seem a bit harsh, but he has season 1, I'd say amazing. Season 2, though, he kind of went down my likability rankings a bit. He's got a bit of work to do in season 3 for sure. He started that in episode 1. I think what they did with episode 8, did I say 1? I meant episode 8. In episode 8, they helped him a lot by getting us to like him a bit more. Because if he was a twat in episode 8, then I'd be like, fuck. But they did a good job of him making amends with people in episode 8. So, and Maeve, for me, as with many people, is the best character. She's just sick. She's just a boss. From season 1 and season 2, they've given us so many like little storylines, and they've all worked so well. Like her relationship with abandonment, well, a relationship with abandonment, but with her parents and them abandoning her, and then her brother abandoning her as well. It's like you feel so bad for her, but she's always just bossing it every single day. I liked her relationship with Jackson in season 1. I like her friendship with Amy and the rest of the group as well. And hopefully with the girl group, they do a lot more with those as like a group in season 3. Because I thought that was just a sick moment, like I said, on the bus. But mainly Maeve being there for Amy, I felt like was the highlight. So yeah, Maeve is just the MVP of the entire show. That's kind of where I'm at with the characters, to be honest. So hopes for season 3. Like I said, keep giving Amy her own storyline. Have Eric and Adam have their little relationship, which will be nice to see. I'm sure Gene and Jakob will be finding their way back together, or maybe not. Give more to Ruby and Otis, and I think that is the one thing that's like a long shot, whether it will happen or not. I don't know, but I have my fingers crossed for them too. Isaac to get called out. Don't let that slide. He's got to get found out for that shit. Keep doing the friendship between Jackson and Viv. Have Jackson and Maeve have more scenes together because they barely had any. I know obviously they're exes, so they're not going to have many scenes together, but I ship Jackson and Maeve more than I do Maeve and Otis personally. I ship Otis with Ruby, Amy with him for now, but I think Amy could. Eric and Adam, obviously, Lily and Ola. Give her more scenes in season 3 because she's sick. Have her be wholesome and find love. Find love. What else we got? Don't come back. Don't really care for you. Don't care for you. Have the girl group have more scenes, of course, as well, and have Jean just be wholesome. So, yeah, they're kind of hopes, some little hopes for season 3, but I'm very, very excited. I don't know if I'm uploading the Netflix rankings or this first, but this is definitely I think it's my second favourite Netflix show ever. It's just so good. Season 2 was so good. So yeah, there we go, guys. Thank you for watching. Let me know your top 3 characters of Sex Education, or top 5 if you want. And I'll see you soon for episode 3. Hopefully we don't have to wait too long, because I need it now. But yeah, until then, guys, peace.